It's a rock for everyone.
App Store, Google Play, download it for free. MYGWININ, mygwinin.com.
Gwinin.
Brand Nubian's in the building.
That's right.
Peace to the Gwenning God.
That's what it is. That's what it
Let me
is.
ask you a question real quick, right? A couple people was like, yo, you know, some 5%ers, you know, they kind of upset at you because you call yourself Gwenning God, and you know, I don't know if that's do 5%ers take that as disrespect?
I mean, me as a 5%er, I don't take it
Not
as
at all.
disrespect.
Okay,
Not
I'm
at all.
asking, okay.
We all God. You know
All
what I
of
mean?
us.
A black man is God. Like
Okay.
now, whether you have knowledge, full knowledge of your true existence of God, and if you prescribe to a certain, you know, lessons or ideology that manifest that, but you God by nature. You
That's
want to
right.
call
Okay.
yourself God, you
No,
God.
I'm asking that because, like, my whole life, right, having the name DJ Self, like a lot of 5%ers.
Oh, it sounds like,
They come to me all the time. Yo,
Yeah,
what's up,
yeah.
fam? You God body? And I be like, no. And I had to start learning my mathematics. You understand? Because I didn't want, like, they got upset.
You might have subconsciously picked that name.
Okay.
Because just the godliness within you. Like
Okay.
self
That's right.
is a righteous name. Like you
Right.
got names like self-born, self-justice,
all
all
that.
Self-master.
kind of self, because it's about self. God is within self. So you chose the name DJ Self for whatever reason that had nothing to do with the 5% Nation, but now it's brought you in contact with the 5%
Absolutely.
Nation
Yeah.
for some reason, and you have respect for it. And although you might not prescribe to it, something inside you is saying,
Well, I teach everybody here they mathematics every day.
there you
That's
go.
right.
There you
You
go.
understand? I make sure I like, yeah, what's today's math? All right, Brand Nubian's in the building.
That's right.
Now, X, me and Lord Jamal, we was on the phone talking, and I was just explaining to him, like, I feel like me growing up, doing radio, I used to listen to a lot of people, you know, play music, and I don't hear the music that my big brother used to listen to too much on terrestrial radio. And I got a chance to at least dedicate, you know, one day out of the week to I feel like I call it like the golden era
That's
of
dope.
music.
That's
You
dope.
understand? So now, and I also explained to him some artists that I've come in contact with, sometimes they feel like, you know, they get emotional, they're like, yo, don't call me old school. And I never would say someone's old school, but they would say, I don't want to talk about old stuff. I only want to talk about my new stuff. So
Yeah.
I don't know, you know, so I want to go back and forth today.
I bought your joint too, a new joint. Word up.
that's
So
all right, that's what I like to
you
hear.
know,
Produced by
definitely.
P-Rock.
Word,
that's
P-Rock.
That's what I like to hear. I always go back and I call it like my big brother mix, because I always like to salute big brothers, and I feel like you guys are my big brothers. What was like the process of doing this particular song? Because I feel like a lot of times this was more like a love type song, a hip hop love song, and it was like Brand Nubian's doing a hip hop love song. Like, can you take me back to that?
Well, first of all, this album was like, you know, a lot of people was looking at Pooh Bah on the first album. He was the leader of the group, right? They didn't really fully, they knew me and X was nice on that album. They didn't really fully knew what we had in store.
Did you ever feel a way about that? Like,
Nah,
hey,
because
man.
that was Big Bro, you understand what I'm
Okay,
saying?
yeah,
He was
I
bringing
understood.
us in the game, and we was just happy to be there at
Okay,
that time, you know what I mean? But now the second time around, it's like, hang on, like, we knew that we had what it took. So not only was this our first album by ourselves, but we also produced the whole album.
Word.
Except for Punks Jump Up, which
Word.
Diamond D did. So the story behind Love Me, Leave Me Alone is, you know, this man had an extensive record collection in his crib, and then I'm just like
It's a dot X he's talking.
yeah, and I'm just like a beat nerd, you know what I mean? So we just put that together. We found that Bobby Humphrey joint, and you listen to the song, and it's like the music will kind of dictate where the song should go.
Word.
You know what I mean? So we hearing that light, we're like, damn, this joint is hard, is dope, but it's kind of, I could hear something for the sisters
lady, yep,
on this,
no.
like, you know what I mean?
Okay,
So now we just gotta approach it how we would approach it, like, you know what I mean? And so
How did
what
y'all
we
even
did.
come and start like producing? Like I never knew that. That one I never knew.
When we split with Pooh Bah, we took some bread and we went and got us some equipment.
well, see, what happened was first, I'm gonna tell
To
you,
keep
there
it
was
real.
to keep it real. Okay, no, if I'm not even gonna mention no names, but there was a producer that once we broke up, he kind of probably thought that, this is my payday. I'm going to produce a lot of joints for these dudes, and I'm going to go to the record company and get paid off of these dudes. So we let him do one joint. We get the invoice back. It's like $4,000 for the song.
He's like, nah.
In my mind, I'm like, yo, that's crazy.
That's dead.
We could buy whole equipment for $4,000 at that time. We said, that's what we doing. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody going to be taking advantage of us and all this type. So, yo, we going to get this equipment. I'm going to open up the manual. And we just gonna learn. Like, we already was watching from the first album.
Okay, this guy's Frank. He's here. He's a young DJ. I always try to teach him, older music. When Brand Nubians first started, if I'm correct, it was 3 members of the group. Then it went to 2 members of the group. Then back to 3 members of the group.
Well, there's 3 MCs, and then Alamo was the DJ. We had.
I'm sorry, I forgot. The MCs,
yeah.
I forgot.
Alamo.
Shout to Alamo. Alamo's gonna kill me right now. Shout to Alamo.
3 MCs, DJ Alamo.
I'm
when
sorry.
Puba went and did his thing, Alamo went with him, and then we had DJ Sincere for a minute.
And how did it go that y'all got to keep the name?
Because Puba was Puba, and we was Brand Nubian.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like,
No, was that like a
that wasn't no
conversation?
beef or
Nope.
nothing. Like,
Not beef.
Nobody ever asked that question before.
No, I'm just asking, was that,
That's a good question.
I'm asking, how did that even come about? Like, all right, yo, either I'm a break out or yo, you get out of here. Either or. But
he was
yo,
a
we
solo
gonna keep
artist,
the
so
name.
he can't be Brand Nubian by
Okay.
himself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so once he wanted to do his Grand Poobah solo thing, then I guess by default we was Brand Nubian.
Do you ever feel that he doesn't get the proper just due deserved as an MC?
I feel that way sometimes because
Uh-huh.
at one point it was a lot of like Poobah sons on the microphone. You know what I'm saying? They had that dip that day. There was a lot of dudes rapping like that.
Time.
When we mentioned like the greats, there's a lot of people that I don't never hear, and I tell this guy all the time, like, yo, I remember people, would buy and want to dress like this person, wear fronts, and Frank, see where these guys got the fronts on the bottom of their mouth. That's the first.
Okay.
You understand what
Slow
I'm saying?
down. I might have been the first dude you saw with just bottoms.
Yes, just bottoms.
No tops, just bottoms.
Yeah. So,
But see, not to cut you off, but sometimes it's the artist too.
Okay.
See, a lot of real talented artists are not the best businessmen all the time. And sometimes people can be their own worst enemy. So when it comes to keeping yourself out there in the public eye and all that, sometimes these people don't want to do that.
Okay.
And now when you need to remember them, they were so busy, I don't want to do interviews, I don't want to do this and that. Now you kind of out of sight, out of mind.
Out of mind.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
So it's like you gotta constantly, reinvent yourself and do things to make people remember, make people put you in those conversations.
It's just certain things that throw
Not
me for a
always
loop.
though. Sometimes we just neglect our heroes. You know what I mean? But sometimes it's a combination of things. You get
And
it?
certain things just throw me for a loop, and I'm like, certain guys are just never mentioned. Like it'll be like Kane, Rakim, KRS-One. Then it just like skip over. I forgot who else I was saying, Frank. It was another MC. And I'm like, yo, they don't never mention him. I'm gonna think about it in a second. But Poobah is definitely one. I feel like sometimes it's hard at being in a group that sometimes maybe someone like focus on one person, as opposed to the other two. And I don't know if y'all ever had that, like, all right, well, let Son do him, we good, or it was like, nah, yo, I got some bars too. But I feel like everybody and Brand Nubians held their own.
Yeah, that's what it wasn't no
Listen,
weak links.
Poobah was big, bro. He's a little bit older than us.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So we was looking up to him anyway. Like, he was a hood celebrity before he even made a record.
At one point, he was producing both of us. Like, we go to the studio, have 8 hours. Jamal do 4 hours. I do 4 hours. You know what I'm saying?
So that's how it kind of worked. It wasn't, we never was on too much ego or nothing like that. You know what I mean? But I guess kind of the conflict comes from when you go from being baby bro to like equals in a
Partners.
way.
Yeah.
That's when it can,
Fuzzy.
sometimes it could be growing pains on both sides. You know what I mean?
I seen y'all like a couple weeks ago to all three together, so it ain't that crazy, right?
Yeah. But he's hard to get to do an interview.
Yeah, I
To keep it
see.
real. You know what I mean?
Do you see any significant change in hip hop from back then to now?
Yes.
Okay. Jamal, listen, I had a conversation. Jamal, he was like going in on my phone. I was like,
He said, "Save it, save it."
I said, "Save it, my J."
I mean, back then it was more of a talent show,
Okay.
and today it's more of a popularity contest.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
But just elaborate, just in case someone is not familiar or understand what you're saying.
Well, you had to be nice back in the
Word.
day. You know what I mean? You had to work your way through your hood to people knowing you in the hood, and then your little area, and then and then somebody had to hear your music, and you got signed off the strength of, yo, that's dope. You know what I mean? They were even developing artists back then, giving them demo budgets and all of that. Now, if you don't have like 500,000 on YouTube and your SoundCloud don't have like 1 million spins and all of that, you'll be hard pressed to get signed by a major label these days.
But do you feel like people need major labels nowadays?
Yes. Well, it depends on what kind of artist you want to be.
Okay.
Because there's artists where you could be going on tours and making money and all that, doing your little merchandise, but you're not going to be on Power 105. You're not going to be on Hot 97, definitely not during the daytime or nothing like that when you really want to be heard.
Yeah.
You're not going to be on BET and no Billboard Awards or nothing like that. But
Word.
So if you want to be the type of artist that's mainstream, that's going to be on Power 105, that's getting, mad spins a day nationally and all that on all these mainstream radio stations, then yeah, you do need the major labels still.
Do you feel like the older artists get respect from the new artists, or do you feel like they even know where a lot of this music came from?
I feel like a lot of times it's got to go both ways, because a lot of the older artists are sour also.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And I tell them all the time, you can't be mad. If you want to blame somebody, blame your mother and father for having you 20 years too soon. You know what I'm saying? Blame them. You can't. It's got to be a medium. A lot of time, because a young dude, when I was young, and I work in the school. I teach 5th, 6th, and 8th grade. So I listen to the kids, and I see a lot of times, man, like, the older dudes feel that something is owed to them, this and that. Yo, you got to stay with the times also. Times change. And you got to be able to be swift and changeable with the times. And then again, some of the younger artists have to be more receptive to the older artists too. So I feel it's got to be a medium. You know what I'm saying? It's got to be somewhere where we can meet in the middle and commiserate and go from there,
If you don't teach somebody, they ain't gonna know.
They're not gonna know.
This is exactly why I always create this platform.
And thank you. Because if we just sit here and complain about what these young boys don't know, but if we don't take time out to educate them, how are they gonna know?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, hip hop is so accessible now. They don't have to go out and search for every little thing that's involved with hip hop like we did, like we was thirsting for it.
Okay.
Now you got hip hop 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Like, it's not as special as it was when we was coming up. You understand what I'm saying? Once a week. You gotta wait till 1 in the morning to hear Supreme Team, Mr. Magic, and all of that. And if you miss it, fall asleep, you gotta wait till next week.
And it's crazy
every
because
day.
when I work in the school, man, and to see
You want to shout the school out?
Yeah, I'm gonna give a shout out to Kip Amp School in Brooklyn. Mr. Murphy is here. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because, man, with these kids, man, their perception of rap and their attention span is so quick. Like 2 years ago was Bobby Smurd. Everybody was Smurny dancing. Now, nobody even in the school, I put that on. Mr. Murphy, go put this other thing on. They change every single day. And I do teach them the old school, but one thing I found out with them, you can't force feed them.
Okay.
You cannot force feed them. I got to give it to them in doses. If I do an old school artist today, tomorrow I got to do somebody that they know about. Then the next day I can go back again. Like right now, we just looked at Beach Street last week.
Okay.
And they loved it. You know what I'm saying? This and that. But then sometimes I put on an artist that I think they'll love, and they be like, oh, Mr. Murphy. So I gotta. But they loved Bismarck. You know what I'm saying? I put Bismarck. Bismarck was on Yo Gabba Gabba. This and that, and a lot of the kids knew Bismarck from Yo Gabba guy, but they didn't
But not
even
him.
know
Yeah,
him as
yeah,
Bismarck. You know what I'm saying? And they knew the song "She's Just a Friend" from hearing it, I guess, in places, but they didn't know he sung it. You know what I'm saying? So that's that's what I deal with. Definitely.
Do you ever get that? Like, yo, that's the guy from Oz or something like that?
Well, now the young kids is like, that's the guy from Vlad TV.
Yeah, from
Yeah,
Black,
right? It's
Yeah,
crazy.
okay,
Yeah, see, I have different stages. Like,
Yes,
there was a time, hey, you're the guy from Oz, or you're the guy from Law and Order. Nowadays, if you 20, or you know what I mean? Well, I don't know. This Vlad thing is a big diaspora as far as ages, but most young people that see me now, they don't know nothing about Brand Nubian.
They know about Vlad.
They're just like, yo, you're that dude from Vlad that be speaking that real. I love you.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, you're my dude.
I applaud everybody for, like, you know, still making music. I feel like sometimes, you know, some people just be like, yo, I don't do that no more. I don't do that.
Yeah, like it's a turn-off switch or something,
Okay,
man.
I'm just
Nah, don't stop. Swords
Definitely.
are still sharp and all of that.
Do you got the SoundCloud? And
What I do is I'm like, first and foremost, I'm always doing shows.
Okay.
Always doing songs. I got a Europe lane. You know what I'm saying? I tell these dudes a lot of time in my class, they be like, Mr. Murphy, he got this. Yo, ask him when the last time he got on the bird and went somewhere.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Ask him when the last time he left Brooklyn or left the East Coast. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we move around. We make it happen. Definitely.
I got a SoundCloud. Like
I got a SoundCloud too, definitely.
yeah, tell people your SoundCloud,
Yeah,
man.
definitely.
My joint is Lord Jamar for everything.
Mine's
Twitter,
.x.
Instagram,
.x, everything.
SoundCloud,
Everything.
whatever.
Word up.
Yeah, I've been on my social media, this whole internet pretty early. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
It's a good platform for everybody, you know, to promote their stuff. Now you got an artist here. Frank,
Absolutely.
you got
Yes, sir.
Mike? His mic is good.
that's
We
my
gotta put
boy
his mic.
AC Aaron Cooks.
Aaron
The
Cooks.
newest member of the conglomerate. Shout out Busta Rhymes.
Aaron Cooks, what's poppin', boy?
Yeah.
You good?
What's going on, man?
I'm not familiar. I'm gonna keep it veal, right? So make me familiar. What's the science? What's the bio? I'm keeping it veal.
I'm the Yellow God.
Hey,
Okay.
Yeah, that's
The
it.
Yellow God
Where you from? Tell him where you
from
from.
Syracuse.
Y7,
Okay.
Yellow Guy.
Word.
We got a song called Drippin'. We've been playing this in some of the most exclusive clubs right now in New
Okay.
York City, One Oak, up and down. You know what I
Drippin'.
mean? Yeah,
Let's
Avenue,
do it.
all of that.
Now, Sadat, you got some wine up here.
Yes, yes, I do.
Let's promote, baby.
Yeah, let's
Well,
talk
first
about
of all,
right.
you know, that's my wine right there. True Wine Connoisseurs. Go to the site. And actually, you know, this year is the first year now we're starting to make a profit.
Oh, okay.
You understand? Like, it took us 3 or 4 years to make a profit. Right now, I have a boat that's coming from Italy because, see, you don't fly wine. You have to ship it.
Okay.
Because when you fly it, it messes it up. So it's being shipped right
Speak on
now.
it, God.
It was supposed to be here it was supposed to be here Friday. Something happened with it, but it'll be here this week. We just got national distribution
Okay.
last week. So now,
is that God body like?
yes, definitely. We're going to drink this wine.
These are pure wines.
Yeah.
Look in the Bible.
Exactly.
We're
Yes.
drinking wine in
Yes.
the Bible.
Definitely.
Listen, I'm trying to learn some lessons.
Oh, yeah. Jesus drank wine. Yes.
You 5% too?
Yes.
Okay, I'm just asking.
Yes,
listen.
definitely.
We're not promoting
No,
alcoholism.
we're not promoting alcoholism. We just
Okay.
promoting good wine. And actually, what it was is it started as a joke.
Exactly. Tell them how it started.
It started as a joke. Me and my man was in the studio one day, and we ran out of Hennessy, so he had a bottle of wine. And I drank the wine. He filmed me drinking it. I said a couple of jokes. He put it on YouTube. Somebody seen it from another wine company, and they was like, look, if I send you a bottle of my wine, would you do that same thing that you did? So I said, sure. He sent a case of his wine. We did that. Certain other people start sending
They
it.
start sending cases
Cases. Finally, somebody was like, if you ever serious about making your own wine, holler at me. So we hollered at him. I learned the nuances of wine. We went to the winery. Actually, we had a hand in this wine right here.
This dude got
You know what I'm
nominated as a sommelier.
A sommelier.
You know what a
I came in
sommelier
third
All right,
for
tell me-
215.
tell
I
me-
came in
tell me
third.
what a sommelier is.
That's an expert and
Like
a
a wine
connoisseur of
expert.
wine.
all right.
You know, I came in third, and that was an achievement to me.
It sounded like you're like, yeah, I'm a wino. That's
You know, you know what I'm saying? And it's
Nah,
bugged out.
Nah.
Th-
Wino is...
like Ned.
Yeah,
I'm just playing,
nah.
I'm just
There's a-
playing.
That's Ripple.
It's
Yeah,
a show.
there's a wine magazine called Wine Spectator, and like like it's bugged out to me. Like I actually came in third place.
This is some bougie.
You know what I'm saying? Like I've been to these wine events and it be bougie people there. But let me tell you about these wine events. Okay. What you do is you go. They have a bunch of food. It's maybe about 300-400 vendors of wine. So imagine going around and tasting wine from 300 vendors all day. They be twisted at the end. The tie is loose now. The shirt is crazy. But, that's what we do, man, and it's starting to make a profit now. Like we just got a national distribution thing, so now we'll be able to be everywhere now.
But this is real. Like he goes to the vineyards and all.
Word.
This ain't just like slapping your name.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
I go to the
he's
vineyards.
really involved in the production.
Word,
and
for
all
real.
That, learned about it. And
Tell them where they could get it again. What's the name of it?
It's True Wine Connoisseurs. Go to my site. We got episodes. Crazy.
What's your site? We got to be clear. We got
True Wine Connoisseurs. Go to truewineconnoisseurs.com. Just Google that.
Okay.
And you can see all the episodes of it. You know what I'm saying? True Wine.
Where did they get the wine at?
You can get the wine. Once you go to that site, you'll see you can get the wine. We got 60 locations, Brooklyn, Manhattan. Finally, we got something in Queens now.
And we'll ship it to you, too.
Yeah, and we'll get
you getting ready to go national soon?
Yeah.
Listen, that thing right there, that's going to make it, that's
yeah.
national.
Let me see that bottle, Jay. Give me the bottle right there. Give me the bottle right there. Can you pass me the bottle?
Yeah, that thing right there, that.
This is my face on the bottle. Me and my partner will tell. Also, let me give a shout out to Low Lifes. 2 L's. L's up. L's up always. But this is me and my partner will tell. You know what I'm saying? It's we got the brand on the back. You know what I'm saying? So it's not no bootleg. Nothing bootleg about this. I got the boat coming right now. We got a boat coming right now from Italy because see this was from Portugal. This last grape we used was the national grape, the Torriga. That's the grape from Portugal.
Okay, he's teaching us.
That's why I got the outfit on. Look at my outfit. I got the fez on.
I see it.
Moroccan fez, Portugal. So this next batch we got, the boat should be here. Will Tell is telling me by Sunday or Monday. The boat should be here. We got 200 cases on the boat right now that'll be here on these 2 days, and we're going to keep it going.
Okay.
Nice. Proud of you.
Yes.
All right, that's what me too. Let's go from drinking to
Everybody.
Yeah, my favorite pastime.
Yeah.
Something like from laundry.
That's written, produced, scratched by iSelf. I
iSelf.
started as a DJ, just to know. iSelf meaning me.
I understand. I had to learn.
Yeah.
Because everywhere I walk, you go about it, you 5%, and I was like, nah. And then I just felt like a lot of people was upset. You understand? So that's why I'm saying, I had to
They
learn.
wanted you to rep, guy.
Yeah, I guess
they
that's
wanted
what
you to rep, guy. Come
I
on.
just say that.
Yeah.
Brand Nubian's in the building.
In the building.
Aaron Cook is here. Now anything y'all want to promote before we get up out of here?
Man, I got a little HBO miniseries coming out in July. It's called The Night Of, starring John Turturro, Michael K. Williams. It's like an 8-episode miniseries. The God is in like 4 of them.
Woo, you heard what Frank? Did you hear what he said?
Yeah.
The God.
Yeah.
A little something light. I'm playing the CO this time, though. I'm finally on the other side of the law. I don't mind it. It always got me as a gang leader or something like that. But check me in that. Check me, I'm always out here doing my Vlad videos, letting y'all know what the real is on this hip-hop thing, on how a real alpha male G.O.D. see this
That's
thing.
right.
You heard?
That's right.
Other than that, check for my man Aaron Cooks, Conglomerate, Busta Rhymes. We getting ready to take things over in a second. Trust me.
How do y'all feel about like Busta Rhymes' success? Because I remember a lot of songs that I feel like he came after you guys.
Absolutely.
The Nitty Gritty remix.
Oh,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying?
KMD, then Pete Rock and CL Smooth. That was a real classic golden time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm super happy for his success. You know what I mean? His success is my success. That's my brother.
All right. I'm just asking.
Yeah. I want to promote this wine, True Wine,
As you should.
True Wine Connoisseurs.
As you
Go check
should.
that out. You know what I'm
As
saying?
you
Go to the website and just see all the episodes. I want to promote. I got a new album coming out, Agua, on Tommy Boy. Me and Diamond D did an album, Some of a Man, on Tommy Boy. Me and
And I
Ella
think I'm on
Sensei.
both of them, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Me and Ella
okay.
Sensei got an album
Shout to
coming
Jersey.
out. Shout out to Jersey.
Uh-huh.
And I want to give a shout out to the Kip Amp Charter School. Come register your babies. Tell them to take Mr. Murphy's class.
Okay.
5th grade, 6th grade,
Mr.
7th
Murphy
grade,
teaching the
8th grade.
babies.
There it is.
That's what's up. Before we get out like shout, right? Lord Jamal, I need a lesson for the people. I'm gonna take the music off.
Yeah.
And just teach us something.
Give 'em
bro.
something.
Give us
What do you wanna
something.
know?
I don't know. Just give us something. Give us some type of lesson. Something.
Well, today's math,
Yes.
this is recorded though, right?
Yeah, it's cool. It's
Okay,
cool.
well, today's math is wisdom, culture,
Culture,
freedom,
freedom.
That's
all
right.
being
I'm
born
focused.
to equality.
Equality.
Okay.
Meaning when wisdom is your wise words or how you move out here.
Yep.
So when you speak your wisdom, which is the number 2,
Yes.
okay, and when you speak of your culture, which is that number 4,
Yes.
Right.
our culture, our way of life is I, self, Lord, and Master. When you do that, okay, you are dealing in equality
Yep.
with your human family.
Yes.
Meaning
Which is
2 and
6.
4 is 6.
Yes.
So equality means I'm
Frank,
being
I'm good out here,
being
Frank.
equal in all
Yeah.
forms of knowledge with you by speaking to you about my culture. So
That's
when
right.
you just asked me to teach y'all something real quick, I just wisdom my culture
That's
to
right.
show forth and
Frank,
prove my
Peace.
equality.
Let me tell you something, Frank. Lord Jamal, tell him where you from.
Well, I was born in the BX.
Yep.
Where you
And-
from?
Raised in Nauru,
Nauru.
Rochelle, baby. Okay.
Right there, now rule.
Peace to the gods.
Peace to the gods.
And herbs.
Brand Nubians in the building. You know what it is, baby.
That's
Drive
right.
1051, y'all. Let's do it.
Peace.